Hi, my name is Brittany and I am a hydration and detoxification specialist. Today I want to talk to you all about filtration and why it is so important, and dive into why I recommend and use the Multipure Aquaperform filtration system, which is this one right here. If you're here right now, I trust that you're watching this because you know the importance of having healthy, clean, and safe drinking water. With everything going on in the world right now, it is imperative that we have access to filtered water. And there are so many different filters on the market, and there's so much conflicting information and opinions that it can be really hard to decipher what is going to be the best filter for you. As a hydration specialist, I am here to guide you into making an informed decision to have the healthiest, safest drinking water for you and your family. We know now that the tap water in the United States contains so many contaminants and a plethora of toxins, and it is extremely important to have a filter that is backed with certifications. So that's the first thing that I want to talk about. As you can see, I have quite the water setup here. Today we're going to focus on filtration, but this is a medical grade water ionizer, and both of these are hooked up to my faucet. But today we're going to just focus on the Multipure Aquaperform filtration system. The difference between a good filter, a great filter, and the best filter is going to be performance that is backed by independent third-party testing and verification. Any company can claim superior performance, but the third-party independent certification means that it can be trusted. When it comes to the leading independent third-party certification, the NSF is a global authority. The Multipure Aquaperform filter has the most NSF certifications out of any filter on the market. You'll see a lot of other companies either use tricky wording that says they have certifications that meet the NSF standards, but don't actually have their filters tested by the NSF itself, such as Berkey. The first certification that you want to look out for is NSF 42, which pertains to the aesthetics of the water, meaning that it is only going to reduce a contaminant's taste and odor. And so you'll see a lot of filters on the market that actually have this NSF certification, like your Britas and your Pures, but that's because it's only reducing the taste and the odor of contaminants such as chlorine. The second type of certification you want to look out for is NSF 53, which means that it is reducing or removing contaminants that cause health effects. And so these are going to be things in our water such as arsenic, lead, mercury, cis, forever chemicals, which are called PFOAs, all of these really harmful things that if we consume cause health effects in our body. We want to make sure they are reduced or removed, and you'll know that it has that ability if it has NSF certification 53. And then there's NSF 401, which is going to indicate that the filter has been tested to remove or reduce contaminants that have emerging or incidental consequences to our health. So these are going to be things like pharmaceuticals, birth control, ibuprofen, DEET, certain chemicals that are now found in our tap water from runoff and just having it through our sewage system, different things like that that are going to ultimately have an effect on our health as well. Multipure's Aquaperform filter is certified with all of these NSF certifications, so you know and can trust that it is going to remove all of these harmful contaminants from your tap water. Fluoride is another main concern that people have when it comes to drinking water, and the only way to remove all of the fluoride in any sort of drinking water is through purification. Purification, such as reverse osmosis, is going to strip the water of everything, including the healthy minerals that our body needs. And when you consume this water, this purified water that has gone through reverse osmosis, and you don't remineralize it, it is going to start leaching minerals from your body and cause a mineral deficiency. And so that's why I just don't recommend those systems, because there are filters such as the Aquaperform that are going to remove enough of the fluoride. So there's 3 components of fluoride. The Multipure Aquaperform is able to remove 2 out of the 3 components of the fluoride, which is more than most other filters can say, and it preserves the healthy minerals in the drinking water that our bodies need to thrive. There are a couple other features of the Aquaperform that I want to highlight because of its convenience, cost effectiveness, and just general aesthetic of what it looks like in your kitchen. The first being that the Multipure Aquaperform has one single block carbon filter that is able to remove all of those contaminants. You'll see a lot of other filtration systems that have multiple steps, meaning they require multiple filters to do the same job. And so that means that over time, you're gonna have to replace multiple filters, whereas with the Aquaperform, it's just the one filter that you have to replace depending on how much you use it, but around every 6 months or so. The second is that it comes in a stainless steel housing, and a lot of the other filter systems are going to have plastic housing, which ultimately needs to be replaced every 2 years. And this being in a stainless steel housing means that you never have to actually replace the housing. So this alone just completely helps you save money in the long run. And then lastly, there are multiple ways that you can install the Multipure Aquaperform in your kitchen. So mine's on my countertop because I have the water ionizer, and you can also, without a water ionizer, just have it hooked up right to your faucet. There's also a way to install it underneath your sink so it's out of the way, and then you can have its own little spout that has your filtered drinking water. Another really convenient factor with the Multipure Aquaperform is that because it is hooked up to your faucet, that you have access to the filtered water for things other than just drinking. So you can use it to wash your dishes or your produce, things like that, that really, you know, ultimately do have an effect on your health. And when you're having big, bulky systems such as the Berkey or complicated filtration systems, you know, that have multiple filters, it just takes up so much space, and just ultimately it doesn't look that great in your kitchen. So there are so many ways to configure your Aquaperform and that you can use to have the healthiest and safest drinking water. If you are ready to take the next step and invest in the health of you and your family to have the highest quality drinking water, reach out to me or the person that sent you this video, and we will get you started.